widespread belief is that you need to have a large amount of money first before you can invest, become wealthy, and ultimately achieve an income of $20,000 per month. However, most people with high incomes did not begin with a substantial amount of money in the bank. They began by understanding money, value, and what the market is prepared to pay for. Some people believe that attaining this level requires operating a massive business, possessing plentiful capital and connections, being an outstanding investor, or discovering a single rare opportunity. But the reality is this: $20,000 is not a hidden formula. It is the result of years devoted to developing capability, experience, relationships, discipline, and more effective ways of working. You do not have to earn $20,000 today. What matters more is becoming a person who is capable of earning $20,000 in the future. These are entirely different matters. When you focus solely on the figure, it becomes easy to pursue short-term promises. Many people ask only, what can make me wealthy quickly? Which business generates the highest profit? Which investment increases the fastest? Which job allows me to earn money most easily? But the more important question is, what kind of person do I need to become for the market to be willing to pay me $20,000 per month? A high income comes from the scale of the problems you solve, the number of people you assist, and the clarity of the outcomes you produce. Here is a difficult truth. Reaching a high income is very challenging when you sell your time every day at a fixed rate. Eventually, you will encounter a limit in your health, time, energy, and income. They exchange their time for money. In contrast, higher earners typically look for ways to produce greater results without increasing each working hour at the same rate. Leverage is not limited to money. It can also come from technology, content, a personal brand, or the capacity to organize. Consider a freelance designer. When they handle only one small image project at a time, they are selling their time. The more work they complete, the more they make. As their skills develop, they can offer visual solutions to businesses, such as brand identity systems, content systems, or monthly design packages. They can develop reusable products or form a small team. Then their income is no longer fully dependent on the hours they spend in front of a screen. To earn $20,000 per month, the first step is not to rush into looking for another job. The first step is to understand precisely where that $20,000 will come from. Many people do not know how many products they need to sell, how many customers they require, what results they need to create, how much money they must retain, or how long it will take. $20,000 can be generated by 10 clients paying $2,000 each, or by 100 clients paying $200 each. It can also be derived from a main salary combined with side income, profits from a small business, sales ability, or expertise compensated based on results. Do not imitate someone else's income. Understand how they generate value. You may notice a salesperson earning a high income, but not the years they invested in understanding customers or the thousands of rejections they endured. You may see a content creator making good money, but not the first hundreds of videos that almost no one watched. Do not treat a $20,000 goal as an unclear dream. Treat it as a problem that needs to be solved. What value do you provide? Who is willing to pay for it? Why would they choose you? In which areas do you need to improve? How will you increase your income? And how long will that take? The next step is to develop a valuable skill. This is something many young people tend to underestimate. They want a major opportunity, but when it comes, they are not yet capable enough to take advantage of it. The market does not reward being busy. It rewards results. A valuable skill generally has three characteristics. First, it addresses a real problem. Second, it creates an outcome that other people can recognize. Third, it is not something everyone can do well. Simply knowing how to write does not automatically lead to a high income. However, being able to create content that helps a business increase sales, keep customers for longer, or develop a clearer brand is a valuable skill. The same applies to video. Its value comes from helping customers understand a product, connect with the right audience, and build trust. High earners are not always the smartest people, but they are often those who do one thing well enough, consistently enough, and for a long enough period of time. You do not need to learn 10 things all at once. You need to choose one skill and genuinely become better than average at it. Do not learn only to gain knowledge. Learn to take action. Do not just watch videos. Practice. At the beginning, you may not do well, earn much, or have anything beyond small jobs. Do not look down on that stage because you are building a foundation. To earn $20,000, you usually need to first become better at earning $5 million, then 10, 20, 30, and $10,000. Each time your income increases, you need to learn a new way to work. You cannot rely on the capabilities of someone earning $2,000 and expect to earn $20,000. Helping one person increase sales creates one level of value. Helping a team work more effectively creates another. When you enable a business to reduce expenses, operate more efficiently, keep customers, or grow revenue, your abilities are valued on an entirely different level. If you work in sales, do not assume that your role is simply to respond to messages. Consider how to help customers understand the product, develop trust in it, return again, and receive genuine value from every conversation. Then you are not merely carrying out requests, you are producing results. Those who produce results always have a greater chance of earning more. Next, do not rely on just one source of income. That does not mean you need to accept unlimited work or turn yourself into a machine for making money. When you possess additional skills, relationships, and even a modest side income, you have more options. You do not have to start a business or leave your job immediately. Work in the daytime, build a skill at night, and handle small projects on weekends. What matters is that you are developing the ability to earn income beyond a fixed salary. That is a different way of thinking. Rather than simply waiting for a company to pay you, you learn how to create value for the market. When people watch others sell, make content, invest, or teach classes, many rush to do the same right away. As a result, they leave everything unfinished. Every skill stays superficial, and every source of income lacks long-term stability. Doing many different things will not make you richer. Focusing on the right thing for a long enough time and improving at it will take you farther. You can start with one essential skill, one primary job, and one clearly defined customer group, then grow step by step. Another issue is that many people want to make $20,000 per month, but do not understand how to retain it. Earning money and keeping money are two separate skills. Some people make $6,000 and spend it all each month. Others earn $10,000 and are still in debt. Some people earn $20,000, yet their assets fail to increase because their lifestyle grows faster than their income. But they neglect to improve the things that shape their future: health, skills, emergency savings, work tools, strong relationships, and lifelong learning. You do not have to live unhappily, and you do not need to save so aggressively that you never get to enjoy life. But understand whether each amount you spend moves you closer to or further away from the life you want. Before making a major purchase, ask yourself, is this a temporary reward or a long-term foundation? Make intentional decisions rather than allowing emotions to control your finances. Do not look at someone else owning something and assume that you need to own it as well. Do not make a large amount in 1 month and assume that every month afterward will be identical. Income may increase or decrease. Opportunities may come and go. Therefore, anyone seeking to earn $20,000 per month should live as if they cannot rely on making that amount every month. Then use the extra money to build greater security, capability, options, and future opportunities. In the beginning, investing is not just about placing money into an asset. Your first investment is in your ability to earn knowledge, skills, health, tools, and discipline. A person who cannot handle $2,000 effectively will have difficulty handling $20,000 effectively. A person who cannot follow through on promises made to themselves will find it difficult to create a long-term plan. You do not have to be perfect. You only need to start with greater awareness. Track the money you earn. Track the money you spend. Notice where that money is going. Identify what is preventing your finances from moving forward. It could be spending driven by emotions, hesitation to negotiate, or an unwillingness to develop new skills. It could also be ongoing procrastination, too much fear of failing, or waiting for the moment when you eventually feel prepared. There is a way to approach a $20,000 goal without feeling pressured. Do not ask how you can earn $20,000 next month. Ask instead, over the next 12 months, how can I make myself twice as valuable as I am today? How can your skills, communication, reliability, and tangible results improve? How can you get more people to be willing to recommend you and build an additional source of income, even if it's still small. When you concentrate on improving yourself, your income will gradually have a reason to increase. When you focus solely on money, you can easily be drawn in by promises of earning without skills or achieving a high income without effort. Investing successfully without understanding or transforming your life without persistence. These promises may be appealing, but they are rarely sustainable. The cost of believing in them may be your time, your money, and your confidence in yourself. Earning $20,000 per month is not a bad goal, but it becomes dangerous when it is seen as the only measure of success. Some people make $20,000 but feel exhausted all the time. Some no longer have time for their families. Some people make $20,000 but give up their peace of mind. Some make $20,000 but are unable to hold on to any of it. So do not just ask how to make $20,000. Ask yourself as well, how do I want to make it? And who do I want to become? Ask yourself what kind of life you want, how much of it you can retain, and what better things you can build with that money. That is long-term financial thinking. Money is not meant to prove anything to anyone. It gives you more options. Choose work that matters, live close to your family, take breaks when necessary, keep learning new things, and never have to submit to what is not worth it. Money can also enable you to care for the people you love. So how can you earn $20,000 a month? Not by pursuing money every day, but by creating value every day. Not by taking shortcuts, but by remaining on the right path for a long enough time. Not by trying to do everything, but by choosing one meaningful thing and doing it increasingly well. Not by spending money to appear wealthy, but by understanding how to save it, use it wisely, and create a foundation for the future. You do not need to become someone who earns $20,000 right away. You only need to become slightly better than you were yesterday. A bit more capable, a bit more disciplined, and a bit better at managing money, creating value, and staying patient. Small steps, repeated for a long enough time, create a very big difference. One day, you will look back and realize that you did not earn more merely because you were luckier than other people. You earn more because you continue becoming more valuable. Keep this in mind. A high income does not start with the amount of money you already possess. High income starts with the amount of value you are able to create. And that value is built one day at a time. Thank you for staying with me until this point. I hope that after watching this video, you will not only ask how to earn a lot of money, but also what you need to change to be worthy of a higher income. That is the journey Financial Tutor hopes to share with you. No promises of getting rich quickly and no hollow claims, only learning how to understand money, earn it, keep it, and live more actively for the future. Subscribe to Financial Tutor so that we can develop strong financial thinking together, not to become rich overnight, but to avoid being poor because of a lack of understanding, and so that one day money is no longer the greatest concern in your life.